going to talk about redox. As I explained you what is oxidation and reduction. So redox reactions वो reactions होता है बेटा जिसमें oxidation and reductions they both occur simultaneously, एक साथ होता है. Because students, one can oxidize at the cost of other which is able to reduce. Students, हम ये बोलते हैं कि अगर if you want to give money to the beggar, if the beggar is there, then only you can donate the money. Likewise, if somebody is there to reduce, then only the other person can be oxidized. So redox reactions वो reactions होता है बेटा जहाँ पर oxidation and reductions एक साथ होगा, simultaneously होता है. For example, if I'll take this example, this is a PbO reacts with carbon to form lead and carbon dioxide. Again, students, you have to focus on the reactant side because reactant is undergoing change in terms of oxygen, hydrogen and become product. So in above example, if you see that PbO, what it is doing? It is removing oxygen and converted into lead. So you can say that PbO is undergoing, lead oxide is undergoing reduction. It is throwing oxygen from itself. So it is acting as oxidizing agent, means दूसरों को वो क्या करेगा, oxidize. और if you want to specifically say, because मैंने बहुत students से पूछा है which is undergoing the reduction here, तो student are saying are lead. So बेटा lead तो left पे भी है, lead element right पे भी है. तो अगर आपको specifically अगर आपको कुछ बोलना है तो आप बोलोगे that lead oxide is undergoing reduction. And particularly specifically there is a lead element which is present in the Pb plus 2 form. It is undergoing, you can say that is reduction. अगर आपको स्टूडेंट्स अगर आपको बताना है स्पेसिफिकली बट दैट इज एज पर द क्लास 11th, आप बोलोगे कि मैम दिस PbO दैट lead oxide is throwing oxygen, that means it is undergoing reduction process. और अगर आपको स्पेसिफिकली बताना है तो इसमें स्टूडेंट्स आप ये बोलोगे कि जो इस कंपाउंड में PbO में जो lead एलिमेंट है it is present in the +2 form, so it is undergoing the reduction. Don't say that is a lead element. Likewise, if I'll take the example of PbO plus carbon 2 forms carbon dioxide and Pb. In another way, that this is a carbon. This, what the change in carbon will take place? This carbon is gaining oxygen and becomes CO2. So you can say this carbon is undergoing oxidation process and is welcoming the oxygen, and so it is acting as a reducing agent for others. और बेटा ये redox reaction है. इस redox reaction में अगर एक element, there are the two different element, अगर एक element reduce हो रहा है तो दूसरा element oxidize हो रहा है. Like for example ZNO में Z is existing in the 2 positive form, it is undergoing reduction और जो कार्बन है वो ऑक्सीडेशन कर रहा है. तो देयर आर द 2 एलिमेंट, और यू कैन से जब भी हम redox देखते हैं तो दे आर द 2 एलिमेंट्स, दे आर एग्जिस्टिंग इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स, तो दे आर अंडरगोइंग oxidation and reduction simultaneously. Again I'm explaining, ZNO से Zn बन रहा है तो you can say ZNO is undergoing reduction. और अगर आपको स्पेसिफिकली बोलना है तो आप बोलोगे मैम इस ZNO में हम आपको ये फॉर्मूलाज बताएंगे, तो आप बोलोगे इसमें Zn2 पॉजिटिव is undergoing the reduction process ma'am. And if I'm just going to say this carbon is converted into CO, again you focus on this carbon left hand side, so this carbon is undergoing oxidation. तो ये एजेंट कौन सा है? It is a reducing agent for others. So third example I am going to take about redox reaction because it is a very important in board exams. In many sample papers you have seen this question many times. So if you see here MnO, manganese oxide, react with HCl to form manganese chloride, chlorine gas and water. So students, again you have to see this reaction in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. If you see, this MNO is converted into MnCl2. So what this MNO, left side पे focus करो बेटा. There is a removal of oxygen by this MNO. So you can say this MNO is undergoing reduction. So it is acting as a oxidizing agent for other. And if you see this HCl, what the change in this HCl takes place? It is converted into chlorine. So there is a removal of hydrogen by this HCl. Again focus on the left side. तो आप बोलोगे मैडम ये HCl is undergoing oxidation, so it is acting as a reducing agent for others. So student, as per class 10th or as plus class 9, you focus on the left hand side. So you have to say oxidation and reductions in terms of like MNO is doing the reduction and HCl is doing the oxidation. That is in class 11th and class 12th specifically we are talking about. So don't confuse yourself. So in conclusion, I just want to say, whenever you have to find out the substance undergoing oxidation and reduction in a redox reaction, you always focus on the left hand side or reactant side of the reaction. Because students, reactant undergoing change and they form product. Reactant ही change करके product बनते हैं. So you just think about reactant side. And the substance which is undergoing oxidation is always a reducing agent for others. Means they can reduce the other substance. And the substance undergoing reduction, they are always acting as an oxidizing agent for others. Means they can oxidize the other substance. और student, जितना भी non-metals होता है, non-metals always gain electrons. Means वो reduction करता है oxygen. They all are oxidizing agent because they itself doing the reduction process. वो खुद क्या करते हैं students? Reduction process करते हैं. Like metals are always losing electrons. Carbon and hydrogen, they all are acting as a reducing agent because वो itself क्या करते हैं? Oxidation process. Thank you. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel for more informative videos. Science classes @ Dr. Sonal Rajpal 123.